Okay. Usually I don't press play until I'm all the way backed out of the driveway. And it is a morning, and it is Monday morning as I'm recording this and heading to the gym. Boys just got on the bus, and it is a little chilly outside. Depending where you're at in this world, you might not think it's too cold. However, you might be thinking that is frigid, you would die. But perspective, what you get used to. All right, so I am on week 2. Week 2 is starting today. Week 2, day 1 of this new program, or new programming that I'm doing, as they would call it, a mesocycle. And so what happens from week 1 to week 2? Well, week 1 is kind of an initial testing phase, a little bit. And when I say that, you get going through the exercises. Now, you may be doing some of the same exercises as you did it in if you did a previous program, or you might be changing some of the exercises up. In my case, some of them are the same, some of them are new. So the new exercise, you're getting a little used to that, but you're finding your weights that you're doing, and you're trying to get to what they call 3 RIR, or reps in reserve. And that's why you're doing that, because you're not maxing out or going to failure in your first week. It's a progression. And so let's just say you can do incline dumbbell press, whatever the weight is. And let's say your max you can do of a certain weight is 12. Like if you were to push all the way through, is 12. And well, on a week where you're going 3 RIR, you don't go to 12, you try to stop around 9. Now, part of it's obviously subjective, trying to feel out where you're at, but as the weeks progress, you're going to get closer to that 0 RIR, or where you actually go to failure on the last week, the peak week. And I guess not the last week, but it's the peak week. Now, this week is, I believe it's 2 RIR on all of the exercises, and some of them added an additional set. The software that I'm using is called the RP Hypertrophy app, Renaissance Periodization Hypertrophy app. And some of the exercises added an additional set, and then also add maybe a little bit of weight on some of them, and pushing the repetition a little bit more too, and to get to the 2 RIR, and to help stimulate, grow, and to see how accurate I am in my readings and improve. So today is chest, triceps, and those are 2 focused muscle groups of mine for this plan. And there's also a little bit of shoulder work. And so I think I'm going to be changing out one of the triceps exercises. I'm just not quite getting, I think, the stimulus that I'm looking for in one of the exercises. So we're going to make that adjustment. The chest exercises, those seem to be going fine. I'm doing incline dumbbell press, a machine press, and then machine flies. Those are the 3 exercises that I'm using in this period for my training, which is a little bit different than what I was doing previously. And I'm doing those for all my chest weeks or days. I'm hitting chest 3 times per week, and so I'm doing those same 3 exercises. But one of the things I'm changing up is I'm not doing the same poundage, if that's a word, for each chest day. I'm adjusting. So one day is a little bit is a higher weight and lower reps. Other days a little bit lower weight and higher reps, and one's kind of in between. And so hitting it a little bit differently, even through the rep ranges, which is just kind of neat. I never really thought of doing that, but watching the RP channel on YouTube, learning a lot of different things and how that can be a good way for hypertrophy. Yep. So for work, starting back up with work, so it's after the Thanksgiving weekend, and don't know when this video is coming out, but when this is getting pushed, I got a bunch of that I have to upload. I'm just going to do 1 per day. So the employee should be back and hopefully rested and ready to go. Finish out the year strong, because it's almost December. It'll be December at the end of the week, and a lot of people like to take it easy during the holiday season. Salespeople, hey, I want to take it easier, and so on and so forth. And I understand the logic. It's been a long year. It's been a tough year at least in this industry. But all of your competition, a lot of your competition's thinking the exact same way. I want to take it easier. I'm going to take it easier. Now, they might not say that, but by their actions and what they do is they are taking it easier. And so if your competition is taking their foot off the gas, what does that open up? It opens up a lot of opportunity. They're not doing the prospecting that they should be doing. They're not developing and working on the relationships that they should be working on, which creates an opportunity for you to obviously prospect more, and you're going to get more opportunities because there's less people that you're competing against. And if you're looking to develop a new relationship that can refer you business or send you business, well, you have the other people that are taking it easy, are no longer working on that relationship as much as they should. And people have very short memories in one regard, is a referral partner, if they're not being taken care of and the person that's usually sent their business to is not around, not talking to them, they're not hearing from them, they're out of sight, out of mind. And it's your opportunity to shine and be in sight and in mind. And that's a huge focus for our loan officers, our sales guys, is to create what we call, or TOMA, top of mind awareness. Or we also call it omnipresence. And where you're all over the place all the time, where they see you everywhere. And this is an incredibly important topic and something that could do multiple videos on, and I probably will, is the importance of that and where we got our philosophies from on creating top of mind awareness or omnipresence. Because it can, an initial glance, it could seem like, okay, well, you got to be around them all the time everywhere. How's that even possible? Well, physically, it's not possible. You be around all of your referral partners or relationships you want to develop all the time, because you can only be in one place at one time. You're not you know, a God where you could be in all places at all once, physically, right? But when it comes to omnipresence, which is being at all places at same times, is you can utilize technology to do it. And some people will rebut, well, won't they get annoyed of you? Well, yes, they can, is if you do it incorrectly. And here's how you could do it incorrectly. So omnipresence, you want to be around them as many times as you possibly can throughout the week. So if you can be seen and heard by them. They can see and hear you multiple times throughout the week. 5, 6, 7 times, and 3 times, whatever. That's fantastic. But won't that potentially create backlash on you or backfire on you? And it can. For instance, if you were trying to create omnipresence through text messaging, and every day you text message people, the same group of people every single day, that will very soon get calloused. They will get calloused to it, they'll tune you out, and they'll get annoyed by it, because it's the exact same medium, text messaging over and over and over. However, if you change it up throughout the week, so it's not the same medium, it's not just text messages, but one time it's a text message, another time it's an email, another time you're interacting with them on social media, commenting on their post, another time you send them a voice message, you're just through Messenger, is that you now have to hit them from multiple different angles, through different mediums, multiple times per week. And it comes across very naturally, because that's how friends communicate. Most of your relationships, you don't have just one mode of communication. It's not just simply text messages. Yeah, you might do a lot of text messaging, but it's not the only way that you communicate with each other. Sometimes it's a text message, sometimes it might be a phone call, sometimes it might be interact on Facebook, sometimes it might be in person or get on Zoom or whatever it is. And so one of the keys to omnipresence is having all those touch points, but they have them from many different types of mediums, like text messages, phone calls, voice messages, so on and so forth. All right, at the gym, gotta get that workout in. See ya.